Chers étudiants, bonjour. Bienvenue dans votre nouvel épisode de podcast comme. Aujourd'hui, j'ai l'immense plaisir de recevoir deux étudiantes de première année de l'école Supashcom. Besma, bienvenue, et Imen, bienvenue. Alors, cet épisode va être un peu particulier puisque mes deux étudiantes sont anglophones. Le sujet, le thème, l'anglais dans les études universitaires. Alors, je vais commencer par Besma. Besma, première année, tu aimes beaucoup parler anglais. D'ailleurs, l'entretien dit surtout en anglais. Pourquoi?
First of all, I used to speak English since I was a kid because my sister taught me English at first. So by time I getting older, I was more into English and stuff. So I prefer to talk English more than French because when I talk English, I feel like smart, or I can talk, or I can express my feelings, my thoughts, my ideas, my opinions, all of that.
Et pour toi, Imen, donc tu nous rejoins en première année. Et pareil, tu as cette passion pour l'anglais. Est-ce que tu peux nous dire pourquoi?
First of all, thank you for the invitation. My love for English, just like Besma, I started from a very young age. I really enjoyed English because it was a language of expression and feeling. And it's so easy to express your emotions in English rather than any language else. You can talk, you can express yourself, and it has become more global nowadays.
Ok. Donc, toutes les deux, vous avez eu cette passion depuis toujours parce que, pour expliquer aux personnes qui maîtrisent pas beaucoup l'anglais, vous avez surtout cette passion depuis l'enfance parce que vous vous trouvez plus dans l'anglais, vous trouvez que cette langue vous permet de vous exprimer beaucoup plus facilement. Très bien. L'engouement pour l'anglais, est-ce que c'est un atout ou l'ablex, c'est pas une bonne chose? Est-ce que c'est un avantage ou là c'est un inconvénient? بالنسبة لك.
I think it's advantage because it's not only about English, it's about all languages. So the more you get to learn another language, it's more useful for you. Mm-hmm. And especially in English because like all over the world, you're going to find someone speaking English. So if you want to travel, communicate with other people in other countries or have friends and all of that, you need to speak English first because you're not going to find another languages. But personally, I have a lot of friends from other countries and my English helped me to find friends because if I didn't talk in English, I would never have friends or it would be hard for me because I would use the translates and all of that. So rather making it harder, I would love to learn English more than I know already. So it's not about talking English right now, but you can add more vocabulary to your mind and stuff so you can get to more. And if you talk with other people, you would get to more, words and stuff. So today I know a lot of words, but today I don't know words that I'm going to learn tomorrow. Okay. So it's all about learning. So if you're passionate to learn English or other languages, especially English, it's good for you. It's really good because for example, about studying. Now, if I want to search on something on like websites or, searching for information, it's way better to search in English because you're going to find more websites that talk in English, give you more information rather than Arabic or other languages.
Okay. Et pour toi, Imen?
The same thing as Besma. English is very important and it's very global nowadays. If you want to travel, even if you're, for example, in a foreign country like China, you need to speak English because that's the common thing you have between you and the Chinese person or any other person around the globe. And also, as Besma said, research is more prominent in English. There's so many studies, there's so many websites that share information in English. When you want to find it in French or Arabic, there's nothing there really. But when you try to find it in English, there's so many information, there's so many research, there's so many studies about your topic, and it's very widely used around the globe.
Très bien. Donc, si je dois récapituler, l'anglais est un atout, c'est un avantage pour vous, puisque quand vous voyagez, plusieurs personnes ont tendance à parler plus facilement anglais que les autres langues, mais il n'y a pas une langue meilleure qu'une autre, sauf que l'anglais facilite beaucoup plus l'échange. Alors, comment tu as appris l'anglais, Besma?
Oh, okay. It's a really funny story. When I was a kid, 5 years old, I had an older sister, and she was passionate about English, like English. So she was watching series, listening to music, and all of that to learn English because she was trying to learn English. But I am, as her little sister, I was always around her. I get to learn with her. So at 10 years old, I realized that I can speak English because my friends, they were kids like me. They were always, "Oh my God, you speak English." And it was like, I didn't know that there is something. I thought it's normal. All kids can speak English, but I guess it was only me. So yes, I realized that I can speak English, and I loved it more because, when you were a kid and someone like say, "Oh my God, you do something," you get to do it more. So you can always hear that, like, "Oh my God, you speak English. Okay, I'm going to learn more English." So kids can call me that I speak in English, so I can be more cool than him.
Ok. Et Imen, pour toi?
I have a similar story. When I was younger, I would watch YouTube videos and they were all be in English. It wasn't really Arabic videos or French videos. I used to watch them every day on different topics. Even when I was 10 years old, I would watch videos about space, about nature, about the world in general. So I was learning new vocabulary every day without me knowing I was learning. So after that, I started to write short stories. I remember some stuff I would write my diary in English. So then I started to progress without me knowing. So when I went to school, in 9th grade, we started English for the first time. And I realized that I had a great level comparing to the other people. So I continued on with my journey. I watched documentaries about different topics in English. And to this day, I still learn new vocabulary every day. And I'm very happy about it. And it has got to a point where I can talk easily, I can write easily, and I do have an academic level. I understand complex books. I understand complex poetry. And I'm very happy about it, and I invite everyone to learn English because it's very important, and you will reach a point where you would be forced into learning it because you would find in a certain point in the future that everything is in English.
Donc, pour récapituler toujours, toutes les deux, ça a commencé très jeune. Donc, à travers des activités ludiques, en écoutant autour de vous, en regardant, pour toi, c'était ta grande sœur. Ensuite, le fait de voir que les gens sont impressionnés par le fait que vous parliez anglais vous encourage davantage à apprendre et à parler anglais. Si vous deviez donner un conseil aux étudiants qui ne maîtrisent pas cette langue, quel serait le conseil?
I would say it's really important. It's really important, like all the languages, but about English, because if you wanna, like, for example, you wanna continue your master, like international, you wanna go to another country, it's really important to learn English because you're gonna study in English, like, I guess 80%. So if you learn English, life will be a lot easier, and you could do a lot of things like much easier if you know English. It's not only about English, because I like personally, I think learning a lot of languages is good, but English because it's really international language.
Et pour toi, quel conseil, an advice?
I would say to focus on listening and writing, because when you listen, you are going to speak. So listen to podcasts, listen to anything really that has people speaking in your target language. And in this context, it's English. Podcasts are really nice in different subjects. And also that helps you to speak. Maybe get some friends, or maybe a friend of yours that also learns, join them in the journey and speak with them also. And with that comes writing. So try to write a paragraph every day. Use the newer vocabulary you learned from the podcast you've heard. Do some research, buy a dictionary, and look up words you don't understand, because that helps also.
Est-ce que vous pratiquez l'anglais entre vous, entre amis? Est-ce que, par exemple, que ce soit toi ou Iman, vous êtes dans la même classe, est-ce que ça vous arrive de parler anglais, en English?
I'm not going to talk about specific person, but for me, if I want to communicate with another person in my class, I rather speak now French to like develop my language. But if I can't, I would speak English because it's a lot easier. But in my class, for example, my friends in class like Anis and all the friends, I speak with them in English if I want to ask them for something, or chat with them in WhatsApp for asking them for something. Like when Anis told me about the podcast, she told me in English, so I.
Et pour toi, Iman?
I don't have the need to speak with my classmates in English, but if there was a possibility, I would. But usually we communicate in French and Arabic. But I mean, if Besma wants to communicate English, I will be happy to do so.
Parce que on dit souvent que باش نتعلموا واحد اللغة, we have to practice it. On doit la pratiquer. D'accord? C'est pour ça qu'on les appelle les langues vivantes, اللغات الحية. So, si on les pratique pas, on peut oublier. Comment tu fais pour garder l'anglais? Est-ce que tu regardes des séries? Est-ce que tu lis en anglais? Est-ce que vous écoutez des chansons en anglais? Comment vous faites?
Personally, my social life, my social life, it's all about English. And when I use social media, you're never gonna find an Arabic person talking or like French. It's always English, about music, series, my For You page, and in like websites and everything. And to got my language, so I cannot lost it. My older sister, she could never talk with me in Arabic. She always talk in English. It's not all about only me, but with everyone. And there was a time in my life that I didn't speak English like for a long time, because like in middle school, in high school, I didn't speak English at all because all my friends only speak in Arabic. So I started to lose my English.
Yes.
But during the summer, last summer, I was, oh my God, I'm losing my English, and it's really important to keep it because I'm gonna like have it like more things to do with English now. So I started to make friends with other people that speak in English. I started to choose my friends.
Pour ça, pour parler. Et pour toi, Iman?
To keep a contact with the language, as Besma said, the news are in English. Everything is in English. I follow the news, what's going on in the world globally in English. And I read some articles sometimes about different subjects, about new discoveries, about really anything, language, for example, or space, or nature, anything. I like to follow that in English because, as we said earlier, research is in English. So these articles are going to be in English. So I keep contact with the language, reading these articles, listening to podcasts, and writing sometimes. And all that helps keep the language and add more to the vocabulary.
Très bien. Donc, moi, je voudrais savoir pourquoi, علاش دابا ولاو on remarque de plus en plus ديال les étudiants عندهم une tendance, ou plusieurs jeunes, plus tendance vers l'anglais, ils tendent vers l'anglais, qui يفضلوا, علاش à votre avis?
Well, now English is the cool language because, you know, all the celebrities are from America, UK, you know, all of that. So learning English, it's for singing music in English, for speaking English is cool nowadays, you know, when people like for now, like young people our age, they like when they speak English, they feel that they're cool, they are better, they are like, you know, it's about teenage dreams and all of that. So English, it's prefer like English. It's a language that makes you express your feelings, and it's a lot easier. So sometimes, personally, when I want to say something, I want to express something, like express my feelings. When I express it in English, I feel like I said something. But in Arabic, I feel like I was just messing around.
Okay. Et pour toi, Iman?
I think it's because of globalization and because the United States of America is taking over the world, and so is their language in different fields. And that's why teenagers right now are finding English to be cool and to be the one to understand and the one to learn, because everything is in English. All of social media, they produce all this content in English. So people are learning new vocabulary without them actually being conscious of it. You learn new vocabulary every day, and with that you learn the language. And it's all about globalization for me.
Voilà. Donc, pour toi, c'est tendance, ça fait plus cool de parler anglais. Pour toi, c'est plutôt la mondialisation.
Yes.
Et surtout avec des soft skills qu'on voit maintenant, les Américains, la culture américaine attire. Est-ce que vous pensez que maintenant, on peut avoir une autre langue qui va venir et remplacer l'anglais, comme le chinois, par exemple, ou bien le coréen? Parce qu'on voit de plus en plus de séries chinoises, de séries coréennes. Est-ce que vous pensez que ça peut faire, ou l'anglais reste quand même la langue par excellence indétrônable?
I think it's nearly impossible because the reason why English is popular because it's easy. There's not a lot of vocabulary. There's barely, I think, 300,000 words compared to Chinese with all of these different characters. They have 50,000 characters. Japanese is difficult also. Even if the Chinese content became popular and became global, I don't think it can beat English.
Okay. And for you, Basma?
In my personal experience, as you mentioned Korean language. So when I was a teenager, I was more into Korean series and stuff. So one day I decided I want to learn Korean. But it's not easy. It's really not easy. I barely know like 100 words. I know some like words in Korean, but it's really hard, especially the letters. So as Iman says, I'm fully agree with her. English is easy, a lot easier. It's easier than French, easier than Arabic. So if you want to learn English, it's going to be easy for you. So but you're not going to need time to learn English. So that's why it's really playing a role.
Alors, si vous devez donner un conseil, ou bien pour finaliser ce podcast, pour les étudiants de première année qui vont venir, est-ce qu'ils doivent prendre en considération que les langues vivantes, اللغات الحية مهمة يعني بالنسبة لكم, que ce soit par exemple le tourisme ou la communication, واش مهمة أنهم يتعلموا اللغات الحية? Est-ce qu'on doit donner de l'importance, que ce soit l'anglais, le français, l'espagnol? Et qu'est-ce que tu leur dirais, شنو غتقولوا لهم باش ils réussissent هاد le challenge ديال يتعلموا لغة?
My advice for my classmates, I would say languages are really important. And as I was saying, we have a long life, so we should learn a lot of things, including the languages. And my personal advice, if you want to learn something, either languages or other things, make it fun.
Et pour toi?
I agree with Besma. It's all about making it fun and inserting it in your daily life without making it very academic, without making it very school. Just to, for example, every day listen to a cool podcast about a subject you like. So you would train your brain into learning new words and new vocabulary without making it too extreme, without making it too academic. And that helps a lot. And also, as I said, listening and speaking and also writing helps a lot to learn language.
Donc, vous avez compris, vos camarades ont dit que les langues sont très importantes. Et pour réussir, il faut absolument le faire en s'amusant. Parce que en écoutant des musiques, en regardant des films, en écrivant, en lisant, tout ça, ce sont des conseils qui vont vous permettre de vous améliorer. Merci beaucoup d'avoir accepté mon invitation. C'était un plaisir, chers téléspectateurs, chers étudiantes et étudiants. Moi, vous avez compris, les langues sont très importantes dans notre vie. N'hésitez pas, donc apprenez, ne laissez pas tomber et surtout don't give up, c'est ça, ça le secret, c'est don't give up. Merci et au prochain épisode. Merci. Ciao.